Okay, August 3rd, 2025. And yeah, there was a high probability that this breakout would come back and retest this 6270 area. And it did. It is significant, but it's also fairly predictable because breakouts typically do this. This is the daily chart. If we were looking at this on, let's say, a 2-minute chart, this would be not surprising at all. But there is some significance on these larger time frames when they do break below these moving averages pretty fast, and with some follow through. So, but the thing is we're just still in just such this massive strong market. So nothing really is going to surprise me on the long side. To even like get back above 63.71, because the shorts, they're not going to be jumping piling in here. So it wouldn't surprise me as far as we've got the Tokyo Open in 45 minutes. It wouldn't surprise me if we go a little bit down below this, kind of like and then we get back above the 62.60, and we just start on these smaller time frames. We just start creeping back in, and just go right back into a kind of a trend trade, like what's happened, back in late May, and then we had like, almost 2.5, 3 weeks of just trickle up, and then almost a whole month in June was just a trend trade market. So, and on this is the 61.8% on Fibonacci, which is, it's lining up perfectly with that 6260 level. So everyone's looking at the same stuff. We have this, area down here back to May, June, and I'm going to draw a trend line here. Let's go ahead and do that on the daily. So yeah, this is still a massive bull pennant with, if I were to draw an upper range trend line here, it's just still just a massive bull pennant, and it's coming down into that lower channel of the pennant. Again, that being said, everyone's looking at the same stuff. There's obviously going to be some more earnings coming up. I'm going to push pause for a second while I do a little bit of research on high impact activities for next week. Okay, resuming recording. It looks like that there is a high impact event on Tuesday at 7. Pacific Standard Time will be 10 Eastern Standard Time, and then 5:30 on Thursday. So we have this, I've added this, uptrend line from right here. So as I mentioned before, I'm looking for a leak down into this area, and then there's going to be some people closing out their short positions, and it wouldn't surprise me if we go all the way back up to the 20. So I would be looking long, and then if this for some reason does get broken, I'm going to be looking, you got this, you can see it right here, 60-68 area, 60-70 to 60-80. And I would be really surprised if we go all the way down below 6. It just doesn't feel like that's the behavior pattern of things, given that we have this left shoulder, double bottom, right shoulder, and then just a trend trade. So I mean, the measured move target for this pattern, 4,900 to thousand, and let's just call yeah, so it's 1,000 point move. So that takes you up from 60.31 area to 70.25. So, and then one more thing is, like, when we talk about this in smaller time frames, a lot of times the the uptrend, here's the break below of the 30 RSI, and then it's a great time to do like a buy stop above the 30 RSI. And then for retracements, this 50, I'll even draw a horizontal line here, a retest of it as it oscillates now between 70 and 50 for a trend trade is often, especially in an uptrend market, which we are, is a great time to so like the next this month. Again, if we get like that pullback down into here, that 60.94, and I see that the RSI is also like, right around the 50, or maybe even just a tip below it, you'll be like, okay, that is just going to be the buy the dip opportunity for sure, especially if we see it, with this line and this level right here. But I don't see that happening this week, or even this, yeah, I don't see it happening this week. The plan this week is long buy the dip back up to the 20. That's going to be the plan this week. So let's reduce it down to some smaller time frames. Let's go down to the 120. Obviously, it's below the 8 EMA on the 120. Super oversold. I mean, look at that RSI. There's going to be a bounce. Let's go to the 60. Look at it starting to creep up above that 30. It's already got a double bottom on the RSI, starting to keep up above the 30. And let's go to the 15. So yeah, we don't really have any long traction yet above the EMAs. So again, the plan is for a little bit more of a leak down, maybe even just a break below 6,200. And then the high probabilities of what's going to happen is we'll start to see on the smaller time frame first, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, is we'll start to see these EMAs get supported. And that's when you know that, yeah, the trend has changed, and especially when it starts to hold above the 15, 20, then you'll be like, okay, yeah, the shorts are not piling in. So that's the plan. Trade your plan, trade them well.